Kikelomo Woleosho, and I'm a photographer speaking about sexual abuse, teaching sexuality education, talking about child protection to parents, to children, their rights. Recently, I had an event at the U.S. Consulate, Sex Educate, and it's building a formidable protective system for children, where we had teachers and youth leaders that were in control of children. That we had to teach them things they can look out for, helping them to understand abuse and signs that they can look out for and things that they can do. Sometimes you have seen a case and you are so passionate about it, but you can't just say, let me adopt you in my house. There's a process. No matter how much a child is being raped, you can't take that child to your house. So we learned the things we need to do, get proper law enforcement agency, and then I've also signed up with the Lagos State Domestic Sexual Violence Response Team for advocacy. Anything that does have to talk about child protection, you find me there. And now, why do I do all this empowerment and child protection? Majorly because of how I've become who I am. I started life alone when I was 16. Like my mother used to be the strict, very more strict type, and so all the abuse I experienced was right when my mother was alive, and she never knew. It was only the first one she knew. The other ones were not close. Now, when I say I promote family bond with my pictures, I take pictures. I'm not just taking pictures because I want to make money. I say that for every time I'm taking pictures with the parents, I like when they bond with the parents. Even coming down, I say, join us, let's sing for the baby to take the picture. She's not smiling. Oh, yeah, mommy, let's sing. I like seeing the bonding moment. I want you to be so close to a child to the point where any small thing that happens, the child will be able to talk. Let the child not want to talk and say, doesn't matter. Let the child know that everything matters. Mommy or daddy or whoever it is interested in everything happening in my life. And that's the major reason why I'm doing photography, to promote family bond, because I realized that some of my abuse I could have reported, but I did not want to because I disliked my mom. There was no bond, there was no closeness. Not even my siblings, there was no bond between my siblings and I. Now as adults, we are working on our relationship as adults. Abuse continues in a cycle unless it is deliberately broken. So if you don't take deliberate steps to say, I'm ending this cycle of abuse on me, you will continue the pattern. So I can, as a woman, abuse a child, male or female. They grow up as well, abuse other children, and the cycle keeps going on. And then before you know it, we already have a long lineage of abuse. Just as an adult, I found out that in my family there were cases of abuse, but everybody kept quiet about it. Thank God it is my own generation that Kikelomo has chosen to speak out about abuse and let parents know that these things are happening. And then let's protect our children more. Let schools know that if a child comes to school, let children know that this girl has usually been the happy type, always talking. Suddenly she's moody. What's wrong? We have cases where we have found that schools have been able to find out that a driver abuses a child on the way to school. Thank God for sensitivity. What if we thought it's not my business, or what if we think was my business? But thank God for sensitivity. Now we need to educate parents more. Now not only the people that can come to events like this, not only people that can read books. How about the pepper seller? The woman in Ajangbadi and Nokoko. They just read these things in newspaper. They hear it in Alaroye newspaper or on the news. They even said one man raped one girl. In fact, all these men little do they know that when they sit down outside in the evening, tying wrapper on their chest and they're talking, where are my children? Oh, they are all in the backyard. They don't know what's happening in the backyard. The book of the advocacy is not about me, really. I've survived, I've pulled through. I still have some of the side effects that I'm pulling through, that I'm dealing with, but it's for that child out there. For if everyone child will be protected per time, if everyone parent or guardian will have an understanding that I need to protect my child, even if the person is a teenager. Now, these things now, oftentimes, the prof said it. He said that, let's really think about other person. Is it fair? Okay, so I did something at 16 years old, but I'm 30 now. What I want to do to somebody, is it fair? Okay, so I really want sex so bad. But is it fair that I put my penis in the mouth of a 6-month-old baby? Is it fair? I should think about you before I do anything to you. First and foremost, I think abused persons should go for therapy. Like I said, abused person, abuse other person. So if you don't get help, you would end up, there's every chance that you would end up abusing other persons. Now, sometimes your brain can ask you for sex. Your brain can just make you, that's when you say, oh, I feel the urge. Now, I'm an adult, I'm still single, but I have urges. Now, what I do with my urges is what is important. Do I have the urges? But what do I do with it? Some years ago, I knew a lady that was abusing her nephew. And I told the sister of the girl that I think, I did not catch her down dead, but I've been abused several times. So I know some of these patterns, I can see the trend. That how come she's always calling the little boy to come to the room when she's alone, sometimes when she's tying wrapper. I tried to tell the sister, like, okay, what's that? I don't know, I did not catch her down dead, but the boy, somebody was funding with his pennies for, let's just say, 5 years every time since when he was a child. He grows up to think whenever my pennies feels, he goes up to like the excitement. His brain is programmed to enjoy it. So as an adult, what is wrong? I want relief, I get it anyhow. So therapy is important for anybody that thinks that they cannot control their sexual urges or their feeling, or the pedophile that if whether I want the sex or not, but it's a child. And I think a child will be good. I want to experiment with a child. Just get help, or else you will continue that pattern of abuse with other persons. I deliberately stopped reading romance novels. Why? Because I realized that they were just not helping me. Why? I picked up masturbation when I was 7. I was always thinking about sex every time. I can go on the road now. I don't even need to even like you. I see a couple and I'm thinking, God knows how he's even sleeping with how he's doing it. I'm just curious, and my thoughts are running wild. And I just realized that, what will I do? So any of these romance novels I read, I realized that I replay and they kissed her, and then he stripped her. Those are the parts I replay in my mind. This main storyline, I don't even remember. So I stopped reading anything that had to do with romance. I stopped watching pornography, anything that has to do with love making, kissing. I stopped it. So I was reading my Bible, I was reading Christian literatures, I was reading books on leadership, motivation, character, business. I was giving my brain right information. I know I cannot remove the brain. I try not to be idle. Because I found out that even when I'm idle, my tendency to want to think about sex and the likes comes up. Now these are the things that were my lifestyle. So I'm consciously now, I engage myself. I'm always finding something to do. If I'm not doing anything, I must read a book or I sleep, so that I don't allow myself to be idle. Because the moment I'm idle, I don't want. So it's a lot of things that I'm still even dealing with at 30. It's a lot of things I'm still dealing with. So I think it's better abuse does not even happen. Because once it happens, you cannot tell the direction it will take in a person's brain. It is better it doesn't happen. So I take conscious measures to protect the content that goes into my mind, and then I stay closer to the foot of the cross, because for me, salvation is very important. So I stay there. I did not allow myself to fall into depression of any kind. No matter how bad it is, I sing. I don't know if I'm a feminist. I don't even know if what I believe is feminism. But I believe that every woman should be given an opportunity. Every girl child should be empowered to become somebody. I want a girl child to grow up into a woman that is not dependent on a man or a woman, but I can do something for herself. I want every woman to be able to have a voice and to be able to speak. I'm not saying, oh, let us speak words that will undermine men or that will undermine fellow women, but I will speak impact, that will speak solution. Give her opportunity. Don't say because she's a woman. Let her speak. Don't say, oh, you're talking about sex. Shut up. You're talking about child abuse. Shut up. No. Let me be able to say, I'm a survivor. It's my story. Let me be able to say it. Let me be able to see it help somebody. Don't shut me down. Let every woman have an opportunity to do something that they believe in.